Somebody with a Dodge Charger car is significant. This could be you or one of these people. Spiritual court is now in session. All right, let's see. Tell us more, Holy Spirit. What else? Appear in court and testify. Okay, somebody's going to have to appear in court and testify. Tell us more. A karmic cancer is significant. What do we have here? Somebody with a Subaru car is significant. And a couple will be arrested. Okay. Tell us more. There's a paper trail. They're going to be arrested because there's evidence, okay? There's a paper trail going back to this couple. You're going to have to appear in court and testify against them. Yeah, look. Oh, wow. Look how, yo, you see how I just jumped out? They got busted. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. What's this? The big kahuna, all right? There's someone who was the ringleader in this couple, or if it's more than a couple that's involved, they are going down, all right? The big kahuna, the ringleader, the one who was the shot caller, the one who was, you know, the brains behind this whole operation is going down. Tell us more, Holy Spirit. Somebody that lives near the water is involved. This could be you or them. All right, let's see. The main person is coming on. What about this main person? This main person has a parrot. Somebody can have a parrot. All right, somebody, the number 1, January could be significant. Spirit is saying this is going to be a high profile case. And they're having constant panic attacks because it's going to be a big deal. You know, like there's going to be talk about this. All right, with this high profile energy. Let's keep going. All right, tell us more, Holy Spirit. The end is near. They're making desperate moves. Okay, Spirit is saying that they did this to get out of debt. All right, so they stole something from you. Okay, and the end is near, so they're making desperate moves. Tell us more. All right, we already see that they're having panic attacks. Yeah, look, tower moment. Something unexpected occurred. They never thought that they was going to get caught for doing this. Right here, they got busted. What do we got here? It says that there's multiple key players involved right here. All right, so yeah, we have that there is multiple key players involved. There's a lot of people here. Different cars too. Maybe these cars, I don't know if they're following you or this could be somebody's car. It says that they said that you are mentally ill. And then look, I just said cars. Now we have a gold car. So a gold car is significant. This could be your car or theirs. Okay, so now with mentally ill, this is coming out because someone could have gotten a power of attorney over you to be able to get some type of an inheritance. They said that you needed help, you know, that you wasn't able, you know, to handle this money, that you are not stable somehow, okay, that you are mentally ill, and that you needed them to help you. So there's some type of scam with that. That's something that's been coming out a lot on a legal power of attorney. All right, let me pull from another deck. Let me see. Get some water. All right. All right, Spirit, what can we get with this deck? What can we get with this deck about this high profile case? Them being busted. Them saying that the collective is mentally ill. Anything with that? Wow. 10 of Swords. Painful ending. This is an inevitable ending. This is their karma. This is what they was meant to experience. Again, the end is near. It was already meant to happen because they should have never stole from you. They should have never done this, okay? It says here they are in despair. Okay, we have here leaving home. So for some of y'all, something about a fire that came out before. We're gonna see if it comes out. But they're gonna have to leave home because they're going to prison. They're gonna have to leave their old life behind because they was living their old life lavishly with the money that they stole from you to get out of this debt. And they kept it going. Whatever they did, they just kept going with it. They got more greedy and more greedy. And now they're in despair. Now they're hitting rock bottom. All right, could be something that got to do with your grandparents. So this could be something, money that was left to you on the will, and they took it. You know, a grandparent of yours or a loved one of yours. There's an investigation. Whatever they did, they are being investigated. The Five of Pentacles. Okay, so look, the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, like it is here, is getting out of the cold financially, getting out of poverty, getting out of some type of financial debt. Okay, so it's coming out again. They're under investigation for what they did to get out of debt, basically what they stole from you. And if someone passed away, they were involved in the grandparent or the parent, whatever, passing away. Yeah, look, you cannot make this up. What they did for money. What do we got here? High honor. Okay, someone who's in the military could be significant. Okay, you are also in high honor, but I'm getting military right off the bat with that. All right, that's for somebody. But this is what they did to you. Someone who's in high honor, someone who is divine. Tell me more about this couple. Oh my God, this couple, they are under pressure. This is like right here. The end is near. They're having panic attacks. We have here anxiety. Same thing. They're having anxiety. They're having panic attacks. They're under pressure right now. They know that the end is near. That this little game that they had is over. Look, we have here cosmic cycles. They know that this cycle is done. That they're not going to be able to get away with what they have been doing. This is so funny. Oh my God. We just here waiting for justice, you know. We just chilling. Let's see. We chilling and they over here tweaking. All right, let's pull from another deck. Tell us more, Holy Spirit. What does the collective need to know? A life path number 4. Google life path calculator if you don't know your life path, and it'll let you know how to do it, so you can figure out what's your life path. And it tells you a lot. Okay, it tells you, you know, what you're meant to be doing, your life path. Okay. So look, they're buckling under pressure. Again, right here. You cannot make this up. Double confirmation. Under pressure. Under pressure. They are buckling right now. Let's see. What do we got here? Yeah, regarding this court case. Oh my God. And look, despair. This is the couple right here. Look at them right here. The guy and the girl. Look at that. A couple made in hell. Perfect couple made in hell right here. Now they're both in despair. This is so funny. Right here, this couple. Let's put this right here. Okay. Okay. This case. Yeah, I don't know if you heard in the back. The TV is on in the background. And it said this case. So yes, they're stressed about this case. This high profile case at that. All right. There's something about overseas. So this could be that they have like an overseas bank account. They put the money in some type of overseas account. Let's clarify and see what we get with that. All right, Spirit. Clarify, Holy Spirit, this overseas. Is this about money? Or are they going to try to go on the run? Let's see. Maybe somebody's, there's a property or something overseas too. We're going to see what comes out. Look, putting money into something. Assessment, suspension, feeling trapped, lack of direction. Let me see. Feeling stuck. Yeah, look. Okay, they had a bright idea when they was feeling stuck. The bright idea was to put this money into an account. See how they're giving the pentacles is money? You see how it says here, giving, receiving, sharing, wealth, generosity, and charity. They're putting, maybe acting like it was a charity, you know, like money laundering. Okay, that came out before as well. So they was trying to assess the situation. They was having a lack of direction. They didn't know what to do with this money or how to hide it or how to wash it, you know, how to clean the money. And that's what they did. They started laundering the money through a business or something like that. All right, or just putting it in an overseas bank account. Look, and it's a Queen of Wands reverse. This could be an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius woman, a karmic feminine who's very, very toxic, manipulative. She could be a witch as well. All right, so that's what's coming out with this overseas. So they're buckling under pressure. Yeah, look right here. They stressed out. This is done right here. Mentally overloaded, needing to have introspection, trying to go within, trying to figure out what they're gonna do to get themselves out of the situation. Nothing. There's nothing that they could do. We already see how this is gonna end. It's a painful ending for these karmics. Plain and simple. All right. So let's see. What else, Holy Spirit? We got a lot. Let's see what we got. Somebody has a Toyota Corolla car. You see all these cars that's coming out today? So that's definitely like significant. They are experiencing legal troubles. Yeah, we see they're experiencing legal troubles. They know that they're not going to be able to get out of this one. This is going to end up on the news, look, or on the blogs. Again, a high profile case. Wow. We have here, there's evidence. Yeah, they got caught. They're busted. This is definitely going to be something that's going to be either, if it's not going to be like circulating on the web, you know, like on the blogs and stuff like that, the shade room and shit like that, it's going to be on the news. Okay, so you will see this. You will get confirmation of this, especially if you're part of the case. All right, let's see what else. Somebody that works for the city or works in the city is significant. Spiritual hitman ain't with it. The magic is reversing to sender. Okay, so somebody tried to send you a spiritual attack. And this could be for you not to pop up in court, for you not to testify or something like that. You know, some type of death spell or something. Attacking your throat chakra, you know, for you not to speak. And that shit is going back to sender. All right, yeah, they don't want you to speak about this illegal activity. All right, so the spiritual hitman now, they don't want no part to this because it's going back to them. Like, whatever it is that they try to send to you is going back to them. So they're like, listen, I'm not messing with this person. Y'all are on your own. Okay, this person is protected. All right, yeah, about what they was doing they was trying to rob you. Not that they tried to, they actually did. They stole what was left to you, and that's how they did it. They said that you was mentally ill, and they got some type of power of attorney. Spirit is saying that they have demons attached. Okay, so they wanted to attach some type of entity to you. That shit is also going back to them and attaching to them. Okay, let's see what else. What else, Holy Spirit? They are trying to railroad you. They wanted you to be the fall guy and take the blame for what they did. Absolutely not. They're already on the investigation. So don't worry. You're going to be proven innocent. All right. The letter O, somebody's first name, middle name, last name has an O. We have here a murder plot. So yeah, I'm telling you, they was doing death spells, trying to unalive you physically. And look, they're going to be guilty on all charges, on everything that they had tried to do to get you out of the way so that you don't testify, so that you don't appear in court, so that you don't, you know, talk about what they did here. All of that shit is going to come to light, and they're going to be found guilty on all charges. What else, Holy Spirit? Seven of Swords. Okay, so this is stealing. This is being strategic, trying to be sneaky. All right, lying. Let's see. Tell me more about the Seven of Swords. A community is doing this. All right, so this person who was stealing, being sneaky, strategic, and lying, you know, this whole plot about you being mentally unstable and all that is a part of a community. It says your neighborhood friends or people that you grew up with is involved. And we have the Eight of Swords. So yeah, they're going to prison for stealing, for scheming, scamming, for doing everything, basically. That's what that Seven of Swords is telling you, that they're going to prison. This whole community is going down. Anything else? Somebody that works in IT, computer system, network, software, cybersecurity is significant. This could be you or somebody else. Somebody's gonna be dying in their sleep. Remember, they was trying to unalive you. They was even doing spell work for you to be unalived, and that's what's gonna go back to sender. Somebody's gonna die in their sleep. Someone connected to the spiritual hitman or the karmics. The number 8 is significant. The number 8 is Leo, August, or Virgo. Okay. A tax preparer is significant. A silver car. Look at that. Another car. So maybe somebody, I don't know if I already said that, that you could be being watched, like, followed by different cars. Look, family reunion, don't go. Kidnapping, pot. Maybe somebody smokes pot. All right. Maybe that's how they're going to tell you, listen, come to the family reunion. I got some pot. Okay. Like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Like, no, there's something here about them trying to kidnap you. This came out last week as well. So, this could be just confirmation again that this is why they're buckling on the pressure. All right. And then for some of y'all, if you are on this timeline now and this is about to happen to you, they're going to invite you to some type of family reunion, and Spirit is saying don't go. It's a setup because they're trying to get rid of you. They don't want you to appear in court and testify against them. All right. They don't want you to say what you know. They don't want you to testify. They don't want you to work, with the feds or whatever. Like, they don't want to go to prison. So they're going to try to get rid of you. So you just need to make sure you don't go anywhere that they invite you. All right. You cannot trust your family right now or ever. Stealing at work. Somebody's going to get caught stealing at work. Somebody has mob ties. Somebody's connected to the mob somehow. Some type of mob. It could be any kind of mob. Tell me more. Expect communication from the court. Any official message or info sent by a judge or court clerk to the parties involved in a legal case. Listen, this has been coming out all week, last week. So it's coming out again. Let me clarify and see, like, what can you expect? Because it's like, damn, like, it's coming out a lot. Okay, some of y'all been commenting that you have already gotten the communication. So maybe it's coming out so much because it's happening, to a lot of different souls right now on different timelines. So it's like right now, it's like a big awakening right now. Right now everybody's jumping timelines to this timeline where there is some type of communication finally from the courts. So let's see what is this communication regarding, Holy Spirit? It has to be about appearing in court and testifying, but let's see. Okay, so we have here a reunion. Okay, so the 3 of Cups, they want you to, what reunion is like, and it also says here gathering. So this is telling me they want to like link up, they want to talk. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is an ongoing battle. All right, so something about a court battle. Again, confirmation. All right, an ongoing court battle. So they're gonna tell you, come testify. We need you to talk. We need you, whatever. I don't know how that shit works, but that's what I'm getting here. Because the 9 of Wands is an ongoing battle. Let's see. Okay, something about what they did, manipulation. Okay, so look, confirmation. The manipulation, right here, manipulation that they did to be financially stable. All right, so this is about this money that they stole from you. You see how it says here, independence, okay, financially well off, successful, financially stable, secure, okay, abundance, okay, prosperity. So it even says retirement. I don't know, for some of y'all, I don't know how that works. If they could leave, your grandparent could have left you their pension, their retirement or something. I don't know. But this is manipulation regarding what they did, what they lied, what they lied on documents, on paperwork, okay, on the will, with this illegal power of attorney that they did, to be financially stable for this abundance. All right, so confirmation right here, what I was saying, okay, this ongoing battle is a court battle here that they're gonna need you to come through and testify. And that's the first card that came out. They didn't want you to do that. That was their worst nightmare. They was trying so hard to stop you from talking. Okay. Let me pull from another pile of cards. What else can we get with this court and testifying, Holy Spirit? Oh my gosh. Let me put that back. All right. Sheesh. Seeking evidence. All right. So right here, there's evidence. It says there's evidence, and then we have seeking evidence. So yeah, The feds is going to find evidence, all right? They're going to find all the evidence that they need right here. They're on the investigation for everything that they did. Tell me more. We already see how it's going to end, that they're going to be guilty on all charges. They know that you are aware, okay? So, yeah, they know that you know. They didn't want you to be aware about any of this. And, you know, they could have been trying to pretend like everything is all good online. Maybe they're acting like they're living their best life, like they're not pressed, but no, they're under pressure. They're so scared right now. Tell me more. Their house is gonna get raided. Oh my goodness. All right, so this is why they're scared. They're gonna get raided. Tell me more. We saw something about them having to move. We saw it with the house having to move out. They're going straight to prison. All right, we have here a settlement offer. Accept the offer or fight it. It's up to you. Talk to your lawyer. Spirit is always like, you know, saying no. So I'm not going to do it for everybody because for everybody is different. But talk to your lawyer. Trust your intuition. Book a reading if you want, whatever. But definitely think before you do anything. All right, Spirit is saying that they were cheating to get ahead this whole time, okay? They was financially stable and all that. You was probably thinking like, damn, you know, like good for them. They're well off. They did what they did. They probably, you know, you thought that they've been working hard or something. They saved their money. No, they stole your money. That's what it is, all right? This is what they did this whole time. They was doing voodoo and they was doing scamming. All right, that's it. Oh, no, right here. You aren't, look, you see? You thought like, wow, they got this house, they got this land, like, wow, they did good, you know, whatever. Or maybe you even thought that this was, you know, something that was left to them on the will and you was happy for them. Like, you was like, okay, good for them, you know. And look, this is yours. This was your land, your house, your money, whatever. This is yours. Again, the power of attorney. They said that you was mentally ill so they could be able to take this from you. Or when your grandparent or whoever passed away was like, you know, on their deathbed, they could have got a power of attorney over the person and they changed the will. They changed something while this person was under, you know, under medication or something like that. They wasn't fully aware or something. Some type of scamming that they did. And now it's over. Okay? That's it. It's over for this shit. Okay? So let me pull some states. It is over for this shit, y'all. All right, Spirit, what states or what locations are significant? Okay, we have West Virginia, Washington, Louisiana, Hawaii, and Oregon. Idaho, Canada, Kentucky, Vermont and Virginia, Illinois, Texas, Tennessee, and Utah. All right, let me pull some names. If you see your name here, this is giving you confirmation. There's a message here for you. If you see the karmic's name, this is your confirmation they're involved. If you don't see any name, that's okay. This is just another layer of confirmation for somebody. Okay. Tiffany, Cortez, Keisha, Pam, Corrine, Jade, Johnson, Abel, Hudson, Mike, Annabelle, Denise, Carillo, Hayes, Ferreira, Perry, Renee, Rhonda, Gray, Reed, Fernier, Park, Holguin, Kathy, Eunice, Olga, Chelsea, Evans, Jolie, Lay, Cox, Jim, Helen, and Bosworth. Giorgio, Van, Martin, JR or Junior, Ellis, Chuck, Swazo, Bush, Trina, Zayas, Regan, Stella, Virgil, Leeks, Navarro, Tatum, Lexi, Mitchell, Buchanan, Mathis, Daria, Whitley, and Vega. India, Ruby, Frank, London, Fern, Donald, Joshua, Miles, Dusty, Lively, Kurt, Ellie, Walker, Foster, Lamar, Dolores, Janine, McNally, Grant, Peterson, Rivera, Jacquees, and I think I said Foster, right? Lewis, Imani, Scott, Nova, Mac, Wade, Harrison, Carol, Carmen, Salvador, Wayne, Julius, Angel, and Aaron. All right, y'all. That's what I got here. I hope I was able to bring clarity and confirmation to whoever needed to receive this message. Spiritual court is now adjourned. Peace.